The story is set. The moment Goku would get Ultra Imperfect Instinct against Jiren, a light would rise, and ancestral power would be released from Zeno-sama's. His body was asleep, and the ancestral power of the demon god was first feeling the pure energy of the Ultra Instinct in his mortal. He was able to wake up after millions of years.
So, after millions of years, I was sealed in this place. I can't believe in this era mortals are more powerful than gods. This is a joke. I have to do something, since the only one able to defeat me was the first Saiyan god, and the energy of this guy is similar.
The demon god would take control of Zeno-sama's body, and it would do nothing, seeing the outcome of the battle, realizing Jiren would defeat Goku without effort.
The power you have is amazing, but it's incomplete.
Goku would fly to the large sphere on behalf of Jiren, and that power of Zeno-sama released, alerting the tournament of power. But all of the fuss that it was caused would be seen as the limbs of the Guardians would be dismembered, while a negative aura was released.
I won't let that mortal master the power of the Ultra Instinct. I was defeated by that power. And since I was defeated, that energy of the cursed flame rulers were able to seal me in the bodies of their descendants.
Zeno-sama with speed against Goku would be charging him, and no being was able to see what happened. Though he was trying to end Goku's life, Daishinkan would get in front, receiving the blow, and Goku would have been deadly. The High Priest, it was nothing but just great damage to his body. Daishinkan would fall, spitting out blood, and the Angels of the 12 Universes would be by his side.
Father, I don't know what happened. This warrior is not Zeno-sama. Even the exact moment that Goku achieved Ultra Instinct, I could realize both Zeno-samas were able to completely unite.
Damn, the power of Zeno-sama is amazing. I can't crush the power he has to unite with a part of the future.
I agree, Father. It's not the personality of the great Zeno-sama. I'm able to deduce more of a powerful warrior that's controlling him. The angels would grant Daishinkan support, making him recover his power, and he had not lost a large amount of energy. He would stay at the max of their powers. The warrior in front was of danger.
Gods, even though we weren't able to help this battle, we have to support, even though these warriors were eliminated by the aura of this being that is controlling Zeno-sama.
The 12 gods of destruction would transmit their energy in their respective angels, and that connection they had with the collection of power multiplied even more. All this would be in vain though, because the angels along with Daishinkan launched themselves against Zeno, couldn't do anything. Zeno, with a few agile movements, would dodge their enemies and hit them, and a few warriors that did remain in the tournament were the most powerful warriors of each universe.
I feel like my body's turning into dust. That guy wants to end Goku's life. There's gotta be a reason, and for that, this powerful warrior is trying to end his life.
Jiren, with the help of Hit's time jump, would be by Goku's side, and Vegeta next to Frieza transmitted some of his energy with the intention to stand up once more.
Damn, I never thought Zeno would be able to betray us. He even called himself Kakarot's friend. No, as far as I could see, the more powerful entity was able to take over his body. That entity wants to end Son Goku, and we gotta do something to get him out of here.
At this moment, a great mental connection would be established between the warriors and gods who were on the platform of the tournament.
Gods and mortals, I want you to gather Goku and Vegeta to one place. The weak point of this warrior is the Saiyan race, and if we die, we'll grant you a new opportunity. And you gods, I want you to transmit your power to the warriors protecting you.
The last hope of the 12 universes would begin, and the battle dragged on even longer. Angel after angel would fall. Goku and Vegeta being wrapped in an energy sphere, Zeno-sama would realize they were about to escape and increase their power more.
I will not allow them to leave this place. This will be the place of their death. I plan to allow a new Super Saiyan God to appear.
Zeno-sama would throw an energy sphere, trying to turn Goku and Vegeta into atoms, and their souls were destroyed. Daishinkan, 100% of his power would be used to save them, and would create a body in their respective fusions, Gogeta and Vegeta.
Goku, Vegeta, you're the salvation of the universes. I give you more gifted bodies. I trust you will save the multiverse.
The sphere would disappear in the energy of Goku and Vegeta, because Zeno-sama would start to laugh over this place.
I finally eliminated that dirty Saiyan. I've been able to realize this universe, there are more powerful warriors, which means no other Saiyan will be able to get that power.
Zeno-sama, of a quick movement, would be leaving the angel's throne and would approach Daishinkan, staring at him with blood releasing from his body.
You could be my priest, and because of your attitude, you'll die. Even if I don't end your life, Your terrible wounds will make you die. But out of benevolence, I'll be able to end your suffering. So die.
Zeno-sama stretched out one of his hands, ending Daishinkan's life. Zeno-sama would return to the throne, having ended the lives of the mortals, and would wait for the angels to wake after the beating they got. The gods said nothing, realizing that Daishinkan defeated them as if they were nothing.
Wow, I can't believe the power that guy has. I don't know how the hell he did it, but we gotta follow him. Since Daishinkan's last orders were before he died, the savior appears in some universe.
The angels would wake up, and their bodies had wounds, but they would be taken out of their thoughts by the voice of Zeno-sama.
Angels of gods, I hope I have your support. I'll be your new ruler. Whoever objects can step forward and eliminate it once and for all.
The angels, with the intention of fighting again, would be stopped by a mental power that would be reflected in their minds.
My children, if you see this, it means I've been eliminated. Don't worry, I've devised Plan Z for the salvation of the universes. Follow all the indications of him. I don't want you to die, I trust you.
The mental power would end and the angels would be in their place, and Zeno-sama gave the indications of the universes.
Due to the large number of mortals that exist in the universes, I know I have their loyalty. I want that tomorrow in my palace to take the body of 1,000 inhabitants, and that'll be enough to know that they're on my side, and so they can leave.
The kingdom of nothingness would be evaporated, and because of this, each god and angel would return to their universe, and a place far away from the 12 universes, to be more precise, the kingdom of angels. A beautiful angel would notice the presence of two bodies and would fall on her planet with great speed. Mikoshin, at a great speed, was able to intercept them, realizing they were just babies, and at the instant of holding them, Daishinkan's mind power would be reflected in his mind.
Mikoshin, I know that you're an angel that would find these mortals. I want you to grant them a little of your power. Since they reached their adulthood, the great Zeno-sama manipulated an evil army, and their salvation is for the everything of that is existing. I've sent them to the sacred kingdom. I'm counting on you.
Mikoshin would be surprised knowing Zeno-sama's multiverse was in danger and would follow Daishinkan's rules. And because of this, Mikoshin was using her power to make Goku reborn to Gogeta's body, preserving the memories and powers, and Vegeta into Vegeto's body in the same way with those same memories and powers. And with the help of Mikoshin's power, they were able to reach the most powerful form.
They will be the savior of the 12 universes. I don't believe it. At first glance, they're just mortals, but they can develop their powers. If Daishinkan trusted them, it's gotta be for something specific.
A few days would pass in the Sacred Kingdom. Goku and Vegeta would wake, finding themselves alternating, and everything that had happened.
My head hurts. Everything's spinning. What happened?
You're right, Kakarot. I feel the same discomfort. My head's spinning. It hurts. Where are we?
A huge aura would rise over the place, and Mikoshin would approach them, enveloped in aura of flames.
Well, the saviors of the 12 universes have woken up, but before you want to tell me something, you should know that they've died. Thanks to Daishinkan's technique, they were reborn as an improvised version of their bodies.
Goku and Vegeta were surprised by Mikoshin's clarification, more surprised that they were able to see each other.
What? How's this possible? Vegeta, you're the fusion with the Earring Supreme. I didn't think the High Priest had that technique.
Well, I say the same thing, Insect. The appearance of the fusion means these steps. Definitely the Great Priest has granted us help.
I don't know what happened outside the 12 universes. In this sacred realm, disconnection from a planar universe, Daishinkan is my older brother. I've been able to help him with this favor. I'll train you for a few months so you can find out what happened. I really appreciate it. I know it's weird to have a body fusion, but if this situation means my power increases... No, he's wrong. The power that they kept of the original bodies has been transferred to these, and it's an improved version of their own bodies. This time they can withstand more pressure and train with a higher energy load without suffering the wear and tear of before.
Awesome. I can't let that bastard destroy the 12 universes. We gotta be more powerful to continue as possible.
Agree. I can't believe this warrior's powerful enough to control Zeno-sama. Control Zeno-sama? Daishinkan's not going into details what happened, but that wretch taking advantage of Zeno-sama is the king of the evil young never seen before. What? I don't know what you're saying. In the body of the kings of all, the power of the first demon god was sealed, and his power was able to defeat the family of the kingdom, including angels and gods. The first Saiyan god with his infinite power defeated him, and the price was to pay his own life.
So that means the Saiyans have existed since ancient times. They're able to seal Zeno-sama's body? From what I could see, you could tell me this happened millions of years ago.
The first death of the Super Saiyan God. We had desperate measures and sealed that power of the Demon God in the 12 universes, while his offspring was the power of the Demon God would pass to his descendants. Zeno-sama was the youngest, parents corrupted by demonic energy, ending themselves with their own lives, and Zeno-sama's attitude was that of a child.
So that's what happened. We don't plan on letting him get that control of Zeno-sama's body totally. Train us.
Please, we've been blessed with these bodies that we could get to achieve power beyond our limits, and that wretch required power to defeat Daishinkan.
A great rumble would be seen in the sacred realm. Mikoshin's power increased incredibly.
I suppose that's my brother had died. I don't want to accept it. I'll train and teach them the most important thing, so they finish that bastard.
In Zeno-sama's realm, everything would be enveloped in chaos energy. Goku and Vegeta had new bodies, and with training in the Sacred Kingdom, they were seen by Mikoshin, both having a great battle, and everything would tremble while Mikoshin analyzed the combat of each style.
Wow, it's amazing how much energy they have. An ordinary being couldn't release such masses of power.
Mikoshin would take steps back because a great power would cause an extortion of energy. Mikoshin would create a small energy barrier not affected at all.
Wow, the guy named Gogeta has said the body currently has a fusion of both, but in the different fusions. That's the reason I could feel essence extra of the Ultra Instinct and the Ultra Ego in both of them.
Wow, Vegeta! Apparently you have incredible power. You have great power that won't beat me, though. I have to, in my mind, raise my destructive power more. I hope you can keep up. Don't say something stupid. I'm the Prince of the Saiyans. You can't beat me, and with my body of our fusions, I'll be to the top of all warriors and massacre that imposter. Gogeta would access Super Saiyan Blue Max, generating destruction. Vegeta wouldn't be left behind and would also access Super Saiyan Blue Max, and hundreds of rays would be released over the battlefield. They couldn't damage the Sacred Realm because the Great Barrier Mikoshin had placed.
It definitely did the right thing putting up that barrier. That great destruction would be caused over the Sacred Kingdom.
Gogeta and Vegeta stared at each other, and against each other, the great battle of two would begin. In Universe 7, on the planet of Beerus, the deities were walking over the planet, and Beerus would take a break with the silence. Hey Whis, we have to go to Earth informing Goku and Vegeta about what happened. I bet they're worried. I'm surprised you, the god of destruction, want to explain what has happened in the Tournament of Power. Because Beerus, you being the most powerful and arrogant god of the 12 universes, are apparently the mortals have softened your heart. You're right about that. Those damn Saiyans could soften me a little bit, and for that reason I owe them an explanation. Beerus and Whis would go to Earth. In other universes, tension would be felt as the new king of all had negative energy, and all this would be inside the first demonic god. And in the kingdom of Zeno-sama, energy was being released, and Zeno-sama would take a look at the destruction.
Damn, I want to get rid of that seal. Even though I have been able to control this dwarf's body, I want to own it. I have to be able to have the energy capacity of my own.
That's right, the first demon god logged to free himself from the seal that was in Zeno-sama's body. It was getting complicated and had passed from generation to generation and would not be easy to break.
No, damn, I have to be able to break this seal. I don't want to stay here. I'll have to enter the confines of all the universes known as the Lost Universes. I'm sure there we could break this seal.
Zeno-sama was heading towards the Lost Universes. The deities arrived to Earth and received the other warriors.
Wow, you guys are back! That means our universe is the winner! I remember that the universes losing would be eliminated.
No, Bulma, you're wrong. It's difficult to tell you, but the participants of the Tournament of Power have been eliminated by a being who could control Zeno-sama. We don't know what happened. We're waiting for the savior. Tears would come out of her eyes, and she would pull herself together.
But we can use the Dragon Balls to bring them back. We can't let them die like nothing. We have to do something.
Miss Bulma, we can't. This guy is greater than Zeno-sama, and even with the Dragon Balls bringing them to life, we'd have to wait for the savior.
Savior? Who's the savior? We haven't been able to save a warrior in the 12 universes. I don't know how this could have happened.
I'm really sorry. You don't have to say anything else, though. We have to go train.
I'm sure that it won't last long with this new ruler and a battle between the gods and angels against that supposed king of everything's being fought. It'll be the most destructive battle the 12 universes have seen.
I agree, Mr. Beerus. This battle will end up with 99% of the life in the 12 universes. But we have to take the victory if we want to return to normal. The deities will return to their planet, thinking they're going to go through training. Even the angels and gods had that in mind. In the Sacred Kingdom, the combat of both Saiyans would reach a climax, and both were connecting great blows falling to the ground, great destruction. Well, I didn't expect the battle to end in a draw. It's reasonable, since both bodies of the two warriors eliminated that imposter of the great Zeno-sama. Mikosha would head towards them, starting to heal their wounds, and the wounds being healed with an incredible increase of power was obtained incredibly. They didn't even have the slightest with their original bodies. Well, that's enough. We could heal their wounds and get them back to power they've spent on the battlefield. Zeno-sama with his power would manage to reach the Lost Universes, and at the moment, a great pressure would fall on his body, making him fall to a planet. The Lost Universes weren't even part of the 12 original universes. Being the oldest, the warriors of the Monsters of Energy could bend the king of whole as Zeno-sama was. Damn, if I had my original body, that pressure would be nothing. I don't get how this weakling is the most powerful warrior of the 12 universes. A large being with the appearance of evil would show up, beginning to walk through the air, and each step, everything was destroyed.
Well, what do we have here? Is he the king of the whole? The 12 universes? What are you doing here? Even though you're a king of the whole, it's forbidden for you to step in the Lost Universes. We could finish you easily.
Shut up, Yarka. If I was the best, I'd finish you in the blink of an eye. You better stop releasing that pressure. I'll end your miserable life.
Huh, you make me laugh. But what surprises me the most is that you know my name. How do you know it? Since these few beings know my name, I'll only tell the warriors of great powers.
I know your name because I've beaten you dozens of times. I was able to teach you a couple techniques. I'm Akira, so you better stop releasing that pressure or I'll finish you.
Yarka would finish trembling in front of him, the first demon god, ceasing to release all his pressure, flying quickly to Zeno-sama's aid. Yarka would transmit a little energy which would heal his wounds.
You are my lord Yarka. Since no divine energy is capable of assimilating the demonic energy, much less the demonic energy coming from the first demon god. It's been a long time, my lord.
Of course, you idiot! I've been sealed for millions of years by the family kings of the whole, and they transferred me to their descent. But thanks to the essence of the Saiyan god, I could wake up. I still hate them, though, and it's a matter of being sealed I've been able to recognize.
Understand, but what brings you here?
I can't come here? I was the one who formed these universes, and I can't come here. What do you think you are trying to ask me questions? Even if I want to have all the universes lost to the 12 universes.
I'm sorry, my lord. I didn't mean to disrespect you. I'm sure you have something in mind. These universes are dangerous without your body.
I admit you're right, but I've been forced to come in these directions. I've been able to break the seal of this body, and I want to have my original one. Help me break the seal.
My lord, you've come to the right place, and I in these millions of years have specialized in sealing beings of great power. I can help.
So, let's get started. These damn gods and angels, they're trying to do something to overthrow me.
Understand. Right now, we'll start. These seals are capable of cracking. With space seals, rather than universal space seals, these are capable of breaking an original seal.
Yarka would instantly start to flow his energy into Zeno-sama's body, releasing the seals, and with each seal in Zeno-sama's body, they would cause him great pain, splitting out large amounts of blood all over the place.
My lord has to endure it. I'm sure you can feel the seal weakening.
You're right. I can feel my soul being torn. I feel like the whole seal is starting to crack. I can still take it, though.
Yarka would continue breaking these seals, and the Sacred Realm Goget and Vegeta would wake up. The instant they did, they would be surprised by the power that was in their body.
Wow, what happened? How could I get this power and only being asleep? Maybe it's the Saiyans being fused by two of them. Isn't it augmentation ability increased?
I feel the same. We have multiple paddles to increase our powers greatly.
On the other hand, they are right. Their bodies that they do possess are fusions, and their abilities are normally possessed with greatly enhanced, so they've been able to have a great advantage against others.
This is amazing! These bodies we have can beat that guy. We gotta continue, though.
I agree. No matter how much potential we have, if we don't train, we won't get more powerful.
I agree, but I want you to meditate. Your spiritual energy may be affected if you're not in a new body. From what I understand, Goku was able to get the Ultra Instinct, while Vegeta wasn't able to achieve Special Doctrine.
Damn it. So you think by another doctrine in particular? Is there another doctrine besides Ultra Instinct?
Of course! There are 3. Well, really 2. One is Goku's Ultra Instinct, the second's Ultra Ego, and what's most likely is Mr. Vegeta's achieved the God of Destruction training.
But you've said 3! What's the other?
The last is the most powerful one. It's known as Mega Instinct, which is both of them combined, Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. This state can only be achieved by fusion, but as Shaken giving you the body of a fusion, I can feel the essence of you both.
Wow, we can achieve the most powerful one. Even though that wretch finished us, I can avenge everyone, making myself more powerful.
I agree, Kakarot. These power of these Saiyans get me excited, and these enemies continue with our training.
And that's how Gogeta and Vegeta would continue, being supervised by Mukoshin. In the Lost Universes, Zeno-sama would be destroyed, and a beam of energy would rise. Everything would be destroyed, and the original body of Zeno's would have damage that caused death. And the original body of Akira would separate from Zeno's, causing an electrical storm from the first demon god.
This is different. To the body of the dwarf, I feel my whole body being loaded with power of the Lost Universes.
Akira would release more power, managing to shake the multiverse. Akira, the first demon god, would break the seal, his true form seen through the Lost Universe. The entire galaxy would give him a power incredible Akira, and this time, Akira, before being sealed, left most of his power in the celestial bodies and stars of the Lost Universes. Akira being released accessed that power that was sealed in said galaxies. Zeno-sama, being in a terrible condition and almost dead, would be able to regain consciousness and realizing everything around him seemed like hell. He was also able to see the first demonic god. No, I gotta get out of here! If I'm able to hear these Lost Universes, I'm able to feel the energy of the guardian angels. I gotta leave quickly. Yaraka would instantly see Zeno-sama pouncing, and it was too late. Zeno-sama with the dimensional seal completely disappeared, mobilizing at a high speed.
No dim. It looks like he's teleporting. His body's moving at a huge speed.
That speed which he's moving is able to be compared to the demon god Savvatar.
Akira, don't worry. Let him leave. Because this will be more fun. That dwarf will inform the gods of my return and let them train. Without the Super Saiyan God's offspring, it's impossible for them to defeat me. And in this moment, it's to control this power.
The instant Akira would finish, he'd spit out blood. His body wasn't used to the power and would enter the darkest corner of the Forbidden Universe known as the Abyss Massacre.
My lord, are you sure you don't want to go into the Abyss Massacre? I know that this power is capable, and no demon from this era could come out alive. It massacres him, and with this ability, I don't know if he can pull it off.
A pressure would fall on the place, Akira's gaze reflecting anger, like thousands of rays released by the planets.
What did you say? Do you doubt me, the first demon god not getting out of the abyss? I'm the first demon god, the prodigy, who could never shine for that damn Saiyan. Wait for my return.
Akira would enter the Abysmal Massacre. On Beerus' planet, both deities would be training. In the middle of the planet, rumble would be shaking the planet and a destruction would cause, with Beerus and Whis approaching to see what's going on.
But if it's Zeno-sama, there's no way a negative essence could release his body. That's weird. Who could be the powerful king of all like this?
I agree, but seeing your terrible condition, we can end your life once and for all, and that negative essence still inside will be able to eradicate us completely.
I know. This entity can't control the great Zeno-sama. I don't really know what we should do. We should ask for some support.
Whis would communicate with the gods and angels, and the deities of other universes would arrive, realizing the condition of Zeno-sama.
Beerus, you're the most powerful god of the 12 universes. We're with you to make the decision. Don't feel pressure. I just want you to know you have our support. I appreciate it. I'll follow my instincts. Angels, help heal the wounds of Zeno-sama. I'm sure that negative entity took his body that no longer lies inside.
All the angels would help with their staffs to restore the energy of Zeno-sama. It wasn't enough to leave the energy of Zeno-sama at 100%, because though the angels united their powers, they couldn't compare to 50% of Zeno-sama's power. Mr. Beerus, we have to heal Zeno-sama's wounds. We haven't managed to give him all his power. This time Zeno-sama is out of danger, we just hope he wakes up.
I understand. We have to be patient.
In the Sacred Kingdom, a few years passed. Time in the Sacred Kingdom was different of the 12 universes, and Goget and Vegeta would increase their powers in a great way, obtaining incredible results. Vegeta and Gogeta would master Ultra Instinct all 100% of all their power. Wow, you guys are prodigies! It amazes me that you can achieve the Ultra Perfect Instinct in these months.
This is because we have a clear goal. We can't allow that one who controlled Zeno-sama to destroy everything. Our goal is to be more powerful as fast as possible.
I agree with you, Insect. That bastard showed the true power of the Saiyan race. I'm sure he can enter our lives, even though he's afraid of our power.
Of course, we gotta master the Mega Instinct that has a much greater power, and not have any obstacles when we fight him.
I agree. If we can get Mega Instinct, their defense and offense would be another level. And if they're teamed up, that guy didn't have a chance.
Thank you very much for your tip. Of course we're gonna master Mega Instinct 100%, and to not even have an energy drain on the battlefield.
But for them to master all that, they must master all the internal energy. Mega Instinct is a state of calm and time. It's a state of destruction. They must have a perfect balance.
You don't have to worry about that. We're expert warriors. We're experts on internal energy balance. We just gotta try harder. This time, Vegeta and Gogeta would start the most complex mental training they ever had. And returning to Universe 7, Zeno-sama would wake up, releasing power, and everyone present would fall to their knees because the king of all, whose power could not be compared to gods or angels. Apparently, it was a terrible idea to cure the king. He's still in control of that guy. I can't feel any essence. Zeno-sama realized that the presence of the gods of destruction as well as the angels would diminish his power. I'm sorry, I thought I was in the Lost Universes and was able to escape from that place. We got a plan. I don't know what happened. The guy took over my body. It was the first demon god, and to recover his original body, I have to return. So, it wasn't that bad to heal all his wounds. But Lord, how could we face that guy? Even if a high priest was defeated by you, even though that guy didn't have his original body.
I didn't think that Daishinkan had fallen into the hands of that guy. We must resist all the 12 universes. Like me, that guy can't master all his power. He was sealed for hundreds of years. We gotta train.
I agree with you, Zeno-sama. No matter how much we train, we won't be able to do anything. It's not to be negative. We're just gods. We have to train to be able to compare ourselves with Daishinkan. You're right. I'm not gonna die without doing something.
I'll take care of the training of the angels. My power is the highest of the 12. Mr. Beerus, train the gods of destruction, and Zeno-sama to train his combat state. It seems to me a correct distribution. We can't train together. My simple pressure would crush them. Exactly. For that reason, I thought about that distribution. We must not waste time. We angels create three-dimensional rooms, achieving training and better results. Whis with the angels would form the rooms, with each room as designated groups, and the groups would enter their respective rooms, while Whis and Beerus would return to sea.
We gotta endure the last hope of the 12 universes. I'm sure Daishinkan, even after death, has a plan.
Father, please help us. I'm sure that the ability you have granted us, each one a fundamental role when the new war is about to approach, we can't defend the first demon god, a warrior. Our hope is that we have an ace in our sleeve. Everyone entered their rooms with the intention of breaking their limits. Yaraka began to release hundreds of toxins though around, and with the help of a dimensional portal would send them to the 12 universes.
I'm sure those miserable divine beings can't do anything, but we can't be surprised. They can corner us. I'll have an energy bomb ready to detonate.
The toxins Yaraka was devising was nothing more than a great demonic energy bomb, with power to destroy the 12 universes. In the abyss, Akira would go deeper, being able to eradicate warriors that stood in his way. After a few weeks and finishing hundreds of warriors, he reached the supreme planet of the Abyss Massacre.
I knew after millions of years the supreme planet would be hidden in the slaughter abyss.
The warriors I've faced are useless.
Akira would approach towards the base, with pressure being able to break several bones and would make him vomit blood.
Damn! I don't remember this planet having this pressure.
Akira, despite the damage, would stand and reach the base of the planet in a meditation pose. The planet had an incredible pressure, and it would increase and control his divine energy. It was known as the sacred planet of the Abyss Massacre.
I must be able to control the lost power of this planet. It's the best place to train. Due to the gravitational pressure, my energy flow is forced to improve. Every body and living being must adapt to the environment or die.
So Akira, despite the blood flow, would continue his training. In the 12 universes, the negative energy bomb Yaraka was ready.
With this amount of negative energy, it won't leave a trace of the 12 universes. We just have to hope Akira can return from the Abyss Massacre. I will take the dare to recruit the speed demon Savvatar.
Yaraka would leave for Savvatar, returning to the Sacred Kingdom. Gogeta and Vegeta, despite controlling their internal energy, didn't have the Mega Instinct, because Goku in Gogeta's body had a higher percentage of Ultra Instinct, that is the energy of peace, and 70% unlike the energy of destruction.
I thought this would be easier. It costs too much to master energy of destruction, but I can't give up.
On Vegeta's body, in Vegeta, he'd have the energy of destruction 90% of the Ultra Instinct, or of peace, but he only achieved it 10% because they couldn't access the most powerful state. It's just I told you, even though you are prodigies, mastering the energies is complex, because if you want to protect the 12 universes, only the Mega Instinct will achieve it.
Don't worry, it's complex, but we'll achieve it.
In that moment, the Sacred Kingdom would shake, and the 12 universes and the Lost Universe, a destruction would come, and because Akira would manage to take 100% of his power.
I've finally been able to get all my power back. It's time to pay those divine subjects a visit. I forgot how satisfying it is to train on a planet.
Everyone around him would begin to destroy, and beings of the Sacred Realm would panic because the power that was felt through the Omniverse. The power of the demonic god Akira would be perceived by the entire Omniverse. Even his power exceeds the power he had millions of years ago, thanks to this power perceived by the Celestial Kingdom, making expressions of everyone of astonishment.
I miss my original body so much. Since the stupid body of the dwarf of Zeno was not able to withstand my energy reserves, much less withstand a training in the Massacre Abyss. But the power I has been able to get is abysmal.
Akira began realizing Yaraka's presence was very distant, but the incredible thing was that the power began to decrease rapidly. Because of this, Akira's expression would change to that of astonishment.
Yaraka's power doesn't compare to that of the demons of the sacred lineage. Despite that, the power he has is not weak at all. Guy must be fighting with a very powerful warrior of the Lost Universes. I want to know who he is.
Akira would transform his body into a lightning bolt completely. Thanks to this, he began to move around the entire Lost Universe at an extremely incredible speed. Despite the great distance that separates them, Akira would arrive a few minutes, hiding his presence with a large advantage of shadow camouflage. Thanks to this, he would not be perceived by the warriors who were fighting.
Please, Savvatar, I know you belong to the demon gods of the sacred lineage, and the ability to increase your power is greater than that of the demons. Only a demon of the same lineage or of the great Akira-sama would be able to defeat you. I have come for your help, that you would join the powerful god Akira.
I am not interested in joining anyone. If Akira is able to come back, I'm sure I'll be able to beat him. He's weak if they caught him. He hasn't been a good-for-nothing worm. He wouldn't have been sealed by the Zen clan. That bastard doesn't deserve to be our leader, and you, having great loyalty to him, deserve to die here.
Yaraka would duck his head because even the bones of his extremities were completely destroyed. Because of this, he couldn't move.
Apparently, it's been a terrible idea to recruit Savvatar, the demon god of speed. I thought that, like me, he'd be glad to return of Akira-sama.
Die, you bastard! Don't worry, in a few days I'll send you the bastard of Akira. They both live in hell, those good-for-nothings.
Savvatar would throw a tiny sphere of energy that would be in the shape of an arrow. and at that speed, a few centimeters from colliding with Uraraka's heart, the entire battlefield would freeze. The same as some parts expelled a scorching fire, which would leave Savvatar very surprised.
Wow, you have the technique of this level. No matter that you freeze, I'm sure you won't be able to freeze my attack a second time.
Savvatar would once again charge his attack. His hand would cut off a quick movement. Because Savvatar, the supposed god of speed, would fall. He hadn't been able to see anything, just felt pain losing his hand.
What the hell? How could you do that with the speed? Even I, who am known as the Speed Demon, couldn't see you. I'm not interested right now. I'll finish you with the supreme power. That is the most matters. No matter how fast you are, you can't attack from the back.
A dark nebula covered Akira's body. Because of this, Savvatar was not able to recognize who his enemy was. Savvatar, without caring, rushed against him. Akira, they knew after a few moments of a child, since the speed he achieved was in the Abyss Massacre, complete madness. Even the supposed god of speed was nothing but a simple human, appeared to Akira. With Akira's agile movement, he would hold Savvatar's head, crushing him against the planet, generating explosions, from which it would be seen how Savvatar would crawl while vomiting blood.
What? How is it possible that a demon god left me in this condition after a few exchanges? I'm the only demon god possessing the sacred lineage. I can't die like a bug.
Akira would approach Savvatar while his energy cloud disappeared, exposing his face, and it would terrify Savvatar. But without letting him say a word, Akira would stretch out one of his hands, and smile would appear on his face.
I don't want to listen to the garbage that comes from your mouth. I'll end your existence, but unlike you, I don't plan to let your soul go to hell. I'll use the destructive energy to eliminate it completely.
Savvatar's gaze would be of terror, while he would prostrate in front of Akira.
Please, my lord, forgive me. I promise that I'll serve you the rest of my existence, but save my life. I don't want to go through in my head to express myself the way about your majesty. I ask mercy.
Savvatar would raise his head to observe a smile on his face.
You may be the god of death, have mercy on you, but not me. I've heard that you express yourself. Don't tell me something stupid. I'll end up like scum like you.
Akira would pulverize Savvatar with a destructive energy, destroying his soul completely, while he would approach Uraraka, who would close his eyes thinking that it'd be the end. In his being, he was honored to be eliminated by the demon god Akira, but was surprised to feel how all his wounds would regenerate.
I appreciate the loyalty you've shown me. You will be my right hand.
Meanwhile, in the Angelic Kingdom, Gogeta, along with Vegeta, were equally surprised by the excessive power through the Angelic Kingdom.
No, hell! Even if the Angelic Kingdom is millions of years away from the 12 universes, was able to shudder. The power that wretch achieved has to be on another level. No matter what happens, Kakarot, we're the hope of the 12 universes. Even the great Daishinkan gave us life so we could be reborn in the best version of our bodies. I understand, Vegeta. I don't know what we'll be able to face that great power. Despite not being in front of that dam, his power is making me kneel. I can't imagine when it's our turn to fight him.
Mikoshin would approach the two warriors, while expression was more serious than normal. Apparently, we'll have to act faster. You've not been able to master the Mega Instinct by separate parts, but the time has come to do it. Gogeta and Vegeta, you will merge to help with the earrings of the holy gods. Both warriors were shocked to hear this. Mikoshin explained everything that happened. You are the fusion of Goku and Vegeta, which means you have the best of each warrior. Being two fusions, you will merge that you will achieve the perfect Mega Instinct.
Understood, Mikoshin. But are you sure fusion can be happened? I've never heard that you can merge 2 times.
Of course, speaking from the point of view, it would be practically impossible. Thanks to Daishinkan, you were able to reborn in the body of your fusions, which means you are currently not fused, since each of your souls occupies a body.
But wouldn't the Axis power be able to make us explode?
I'm sure the bodies can support more, but we have to hurry. Otherwise, that damn god Demino can end the existence of the entire multiverse. Because if he manages to decipher the sacred scrolls, he will be able to destroy all the existing dimensions. We must stop him.
Even though we are in grave danger. Seems interesting. Ha! You sure, Kakarot?
After a few moments, you were trembling because of the power of that demon god. I'm not interested in dying on the battlefield, but in case I do, I don't plan to die alone. That worm's gonna die with me.
Mikoshin would begin to bring the sacred earrings with him, handing them to Gogeta and Vegeta. The future of the Omniverse is in your hands. I have taught you everything I know, so from now on you must be the protectors, the power of that demon god. He was even able to overcome the entire legion of angels. We would be nothing but garbage. Don't worry, Mikoshin. I agree with what Vegeta said. It doesn't matter if we die, but we don't plan to die alone. So it's time to merge, Vegeta.
Of course we do. I don't want to say it, but I hate merging with you. But I have no other choice.
Gogeta and Vegeta would place on their earrings, and in their ears, with this, a great light and gravitational force would attract them against each other. While Mikoshin observed everything, she was surprised because the instant they joined their bodies completely, the energy of the Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego had completely disappeared. What? What happened? Maybe with the merger of both, they were not able to achieve the Mega Instinct? Even their doctrines have disappeared in their entirety. Mikoshin's astonishment would grow more because at an instant, a great golden light would be released all around her while an imposing warrior would appear in front of her. I'm neither Gogeta nor Vegeta. I have become transcended to a level beyond a god. I am Goget Alpha Golden, and my power transcends all existing scales or levels. I don't understand what he's saying. This warrior is more arrogant, but no matter what, if he doesn't have the power to face a demon god, we'll all die. Mikoshin would approach. The individual's hair would grow longer. While his hair was golden and several silver parts, his outfit would change. A large bracelet would appear on his chest as well as one of those biceps. This is the power of the Alpha Golden Ultra Instinct Phase 3. The power that surpasses everything known. So this is the power that I've been able to get with the fusion of 2 fusions. I swear I'll avenge the death of my master. I will eradicate you, demon god. Mikoshin would be surprised by the appearance of the new warrior in front of her. Despite not feeling his power, this time she felt the air was denser. Because of this, it was harder for her to breathe, and for that reason, she would create a great barrier around her entire body. I don't know what kind of power you were able to get, but you were able to leave me amazed. You can count on me for whatever you need. I'm sure that you'll be able to have the potential of ending the demon god's life. A million light years away, Akira would raise his head and a slight chill would run through his body.
Where the opponents appeared, a being enough energy to end my life. I never thought such a being would appear in the universe as a Zeno-sama.
My lord, what has happened? He's staring at nothing while keeping quiet.
Apparently even Uraraka's not able to feel the great pressure. That means that the said pressure is in the same power range, then I'll have to visit a little bit to see this warrior who realizes all great power.
My lord, is everything right?
Uraraka's body would shudder. Akira's gaze would change, because on this occasion a malevolent smile would appear on Uraraka's face.
Ha! I'm better than Uraraka, but it'll be better to leave you on this planet. I want you to place all the barriers you can, since the unprecedented battle is about to take place, and I'm sure to be of the highest level.
Ha! Don't say that, my lord! Who would have the power to stand up against you?
That's exactly what I planned to find out. If I die, detonate all the energy that you have accumulated in the 12 universes. I don't want there to be anything existing.
I doubt that, my lord, will die to a single warrior, but count on me.
Akira would disappear from the place, turning his body once more into lightning bolts. Moving at an incredible speed, despite the great speed he had, it would take him a few months to get to where the power was released. Meanwhile, in the Angelic Kingdom, in these few months that had passed, Gogeta would manage to dominate all his power of the Alpha Ultra Instinct. This time, Mikoshin would realize that the power of that warrior had was a power that exceeded hundreds of times the power of the Mega Instinct, and that was what her was most amazed.
It was the beginning of the Mega Instinct, the power that ruled over all doctrines. The being that is able to master the Mega Instinct could even be considered a being of another level. But what kind of power has Gogeta been able to achieve?
Mikoshin, I don't want you to keep thinking the same thing. I want you to know I'll be able to end the life of that wretch, and finally, all this will end. Something that should have never started. But while both were talking, the whole dimension above them would collapse. A great power destroyed the barriers of the angelic realm, creating a portal from which Akira, the demon god, would be seen, and without staring, the auras of Akira and Gogeta would collide brutally, generating great destruction through the angelic realm. Despite being a sacred place and said to be indestructible, this time it was taking too much to return to normal.
So you're the warrior who receives all that authority. The power you have is on another level. Who are you? Your appearance is not of an angel of this kingdom. I'm in charge of ending your existence. But since you die in this place, I have no problem telling you who I am. I'm the Saiyan who you tried to kill in the tournament of power. Thanks to Daishinkan, I was reborn in a perfect body.
Akira's expression would change to fear, but would recover.
I'm not interested in how you got this power. You currently have the power beyond a legendary Orochi, the most powerful Saiyan of all time. Simple descendant as you are, you will not be able to do anything.
Gogeta would raise his hands, and with that movement, big rocks would form in the angelic realm, throwing them at Akira.
I don't want that attack to be just simple rocks. I'm the powerful god of all time. I am sealed in the Zen clan, the most powerful clan.
Akira, with a single blow, would destroy all the rocks. Gogeta would appear in front of Akira, connecting a blow on his face. The power was overwhelming, managing to make him fall to the base of the planet, while Gogeta stared at him, crossing his arms.
What are you doing? How's he able to cross his arms in the middle of battle? Are you underestimating the devil god?
When Akira realized the position the enemy had, he would get more irritated.
Don't tell me, as a worm, I won't forgive you. I won't let you make fun of me, you worm.
Akira would release more power, creating a great red aura around him. Gogeta at that moment raised his hands, forming a triangle with his arms, while a great golden light would form in the center of his arms.
Holy light of Alpha Ultra Instinct, fading of demonic energy.
The great golden energy would be released from the arms of Gogeta, would have managed to neutralize the demonic energy of the god Akira had released.
No matter what trick you use, you can't beat me. You're not ally level anymore. You better give up. No, I'm not. It can't be happening. I'll wipe out everything existing.
But billions of light years away, a big silver cube of energy was wandering over the universe. In that cube lay the purest energy of the entire Omniverse. It was the beginning to be corrupted by the negative energy of all the Omniverses. A large cube would begin to make multiple turns throughout outer space. At the same time that even its same matter began to form and transform, because in space the law of physics do not exist. Large purple necklace would be formed, and just as a large destructive amount began to emanate from this great necklace, even starting to form a new warrior. Returning to the angelic realm, the battle of both existence reached a climax. The power of the double fusion managed to generate incredible damage to Akira's body. Gogeta, without losing the opportunity, rushed against him, connecting a knee to his stomach, making him spit blood. Without ending his attack, he would connect a double blow to his head, making him fall to the base of one of the planets of the Celestial Kingdom. Gogeta began to descend for all the destruction that had been generated. Well, after a few minutes, Gogeta would prostrate himself in front of Akira, which would be observing the foot of Gogeta while kneeling to the floor.
How could you get all that power? Even Orochi and Yamoshi were never able to get a similar power. That power that damn guy possesses even exceeds the power of the Omni God, which I was almost defeated.
Akira would raise his gaze and observe a serious look on his enemy. The golden glow of his eyes was able to completely subdue Akira.
Wow, I never thought I would say this. Apparently the fusion of both have been able to achieve the power that exceeds their limits. They have been able to overcome the Mega Instinct by hundreds of times. But what kind of power is that? Even the sacred scrolls, there's no talk of such a transformation.
Gogeta would bring his face closer to a few centimeters from Akira's, with an imposing gaze making him tremble.
I will not be intimidated by your look. I have to be able to break the defensive pride of hundreds of warriors. You will not be the exception.
Gogeta would stretch out one of his hands while his whole hand was covered with a great golden energy. A few particles of golden energy fell on the clothes, making everything touched disintegrate. Akira, despite being in a terrible condition, would take a distance from him.
I'm not gonna die in this place.
Akira's gaze would change while a big smile would be drawn all over his face.
I don't care if you ended my life in this place. If I die, one of my subordinates will destroy the 12 universes.
Gogeta's expression would be of fury, approaching, managing to connect a powerful blow in the center of his chest. A deafening scream would be heard by everything around him, making him fall to the ground with great power. I doubt that your so-called subordinate will be able to detect the exact moment of your death. I'll have enough time to end your life and eradicate your henchmen. In the immeasurable negative energy, he would form a new warrior, but in the center of his chest, that pure energy had been channeled in a great way. While after a few moments, all the planets that were near the warrior exploded, leaving nothing but simple atoms. However, despite having formed a few moments ago, thanks to the immense energy that lay inside, he managed to feel two pure energies very far from the place. I don't know how I'm able to feel two energies as pure as mine. I have to go and see who they are. I want to absorb all that great power that they are emanating from their bodies. That abomination would move at an incredible speed, a speed that no being in all that existed capable of moving, being able to reach the battlefield in a few moments, seeing the battle take place. The Golden Fur Warrior will be the winner of this battle. I'm not able to analyze the qualities of him. I am able to notice the power of the other warrior decrease rapidly. I will not let all that energy go to waste. That warrior would rush against Akira. At such a high speed, Akira nor Gogeta were able to notice the warrior. Akira was not able to do anything, and his power would drain at an incredible speed. Due to this event, Gogeta would take a distance. Damn, what's going on? Is this guy a new enemy? I understand Akira has the most powerful demon god of existing. There's another demon god capable of absorbing Akira. After a few moments, the essence of Akira would enter through the palms of his hands, creating whirlwinds of energy for everything in his path, and the planet of the Angelic Kingdom would be destroyed. Gogeta, seconds before, would react at a great speed, holding Mikoshin in his arms, moving at a great speed through the destruction in his path. A little more and we would have died. Who is this guy? Now I doubt he's a subordinate of Akira, since his subordinates would never finish off their leader, much less be more powerful than him. Gogeta, please let's go. I don't know who this guy is, but my body's shaking. I even feel like he's able to cut my breath out with his simple pressure. No, Mikoshin, I can't run away from this place. If I do, this worm will be able to destroy everything. I'm the last defense. I'm sorry, but I have to defeat it. Gogeta would form an energy field with the intention that Mikoshin would not be affected by that battle. A great golden aura would begin to cover Gogeta's entire body as her power rose to incredible levels. Gogeta's going to fight seriously, and the look of determination is the same that I can notice how he expresses some fear. The warrior in front of him is not an ordinary warrior. Before we start the battle, tell me, who are you? I don't even know that. I have been created by this great pure amount of energy. I was able to feel pure energy of two other warriors. One of them is the warrior I absorbed, and the other is you. I hope you're ready to become part of my power. In a matter of seconds, both warriors exchanged millions of blows throughout the Angelic Kingdom. Mikoshin would be protected by the barrier, not able to see their movements. He began to use his mental power with the intention of communicating with his nephews, angels, children of the brother Daishinkan, who had fallen into the collections of Akira, the demon god. The connection would be established with the most powerful angel of all, Whis. An angel of our lineage is connecting to us. Who are you, and how are you able to connect with me? This is a technique that our late father Daishinkan, bloodline technique, but as far as I know, we don't have any angelic relatives. I introduce myself. I am Mikoshin, an angel of the angelic realm. I'm your younger sister of Daishinkan. He has trusted me with the training of two individuals named Goku and Vegeta. Before Mikoshin could continue, Whis' look would be of astonishment. He fell to his knees, being held by Vados. Whis, are you feeling alright? What happened? Don't worry, Vados. And please, Mikoshin, continue. I ask for an apology, but that news has taken me by surprise. I understand that Mr. Goku and Vegeta died at the hands of Akira. No, with the help of Daishinkan, they were able to have one more chance in this world. Having an improvement of their bodies, they defeated Akira, but a new being appeared, a being created of the Omniverse. We need your support. I understand. We angels of the 12 universes will head there. We are accompanied by Zeno-sama, and I'm sure his power will be of help, since he's managed to break his limits, together with his guardians. the communication of both angels would end, while angels, gods, and the king of all, together with their guardians, would leave the dimension. The instant they did, the whole omniverse would tremble due to the power that ran through Zeno-sama.
Beings of divine energy, we have entered the millennia of dimensions that the angels created. It's time to end Akira.
Whis would approach Zeno-sama's side, informing him that Akira was finished, even with Mikoshin's request for help.
At this moment, we'll head to the angelic realm. A new enemy wants to test our powers.
All the beings of divine energy, with the help of the power of the guardians of Zeno-sama, headed towards the angelic kingdom. Returning to the battlefield, Gogeta, despite being the fusions of Vegeta and Gogeta, had very two difficulties to keep up with the warrior in front of him. Gogeta would fall to the ground with great power while spitting out blood.
Damn, I've always been a powerful warrior, but this guy's no comparison. I can't do anything.
The warrior's foot would touch the planet, starting to approach towards Gogeta. A manic smile would be drawn on his face as the energy core of his chest started to light up with power. Ha ha ha! I want more energy. I'll keep your energy and I'll continue absorbing the energy of the living beings. I want to be the only being in everything existing until I manage to travel between all space-time.
I can't believe Gogeta was defeated. How did this warrior come to be? It's an aberration in all that created by the great Zeno-sama.
It is time. I will give myself a banquet, because today I will absorb the energy of two warriors of great amounts of power. No, damn, I can't do anything. I feel like all my bones have been destroyed. I'm sorry, Daishinkan. If I managed to overcome the power of the god Akira, I haven't been able to protect all the 12 universes. A large sphere of dark energy would be absorbed by the power of Gogeta, while the core that had in the chest of this creature lit up more, being so much that on this occasion, a great light would be shot through the angelic kingdom, rising up by everything in its path. However, a few seconds after Gogeta lost his life, the angelic dimension would crack in its entirety. Both warriors, of an incredible speed, using a double attack, destroyed the technique of that warrior, while Whis, for his part, would quickly take Gogeta in his arms. Apparently you are the fusion of Mr. Goku and Vegeta. I am too surprised you are alive, but you are the saviors I talked so much about to Daishinkan. Whis with his staff would manage to heal all the wounds of Gogeta, but his power continued almost null, because although Whis tried to heal him with his staff, the power he had lost in the battle was madness, and Whis in the same dimension of power wasn't able to help him. It's a long time no see, Whis. I appreciate it. It's time to take care of that bastard. He's been able to create the energy of the 12 universes and other multiverses as far as I know. Because of that, he surpasses the power of the demon god Akira. Well, well, more warriors. Perfect. I won't have to look for them.
Guardians, you know what you should do. Take him down. In case you can't do it on your own, you already know what the next step is.
Of course, my lord.
Both guardians rushed on that creature. Despite their training, a few blows were able to connect, not generating much damage because the power of their enemy was overwhelming. Both guardians fell to the ground, vomiting blood.
Guardians, it's time to do it.
Zeno-sama would be placed next to his guardians, and the three warriors would form a single warrior. But unlike the combat form of Zeno-sama, this appearance was that of a guardian of Zeno-sama, but his power was disappeared. The fusion of the Guardians managed to break the power barrier. Their powers were only perceived by Gogeta and Kritura, which would give a smile. Wow, I didn't expect that multiple warriors are able to reach a level beyond one god. This is amazing. With all of you, I will be able to become more powerful, and I will manage to travel between dimensions and timelines. I am the one in charge of finishing you. This moment you will know defeat. Both beings exchanged blows. Despite the fusion of the Guardians and Zeno-sama, they could connect a blow, and Gogeta would notice this. Please, angels, gods, beings of the angelic realm, I ask you to give me your power. I'll join the battle once again and help Zeno-sama. This is our only chance. If we don't do it, we'll be destroyed by that guy and all the other timelines and dimensions. Everyone present would channel their power, and the entire planet of Angelic Kingdom would be covered with a golden great light, and all that power would begin to enter Gogeta's body, while his power once again would recharge. I can't lose. This is the power of all the beings in my multiverse. I'll give my life, but I won't be allowed to lose. Gogeta would succumb to his thoughts. Because of this, he'd be held by the hand of the great priest Daishinkan.
I left part of my energy to fight beside you. Although I thought it'd be to defeat Akira, I never thought I'd be to defeat a more powerful warrior than him. Gogeta, I'm proud of you. After all, my sacrifice was not in vain. You've become very powerful.
Gogeta would open his eyes. The same, a large golden silhouette would form on one side of Gogeta, leaving the angel surprised.
This is no time for surprises. This is the last reserve of my energy. I plan to fight on the side of the fusion of the Guardians of Zeno-sama and Gogeta, because being inside it, I was able to overcome all my power.
Daishinkan would expel all his power, leaving everyone present surprised, because the power of Daishinkan had likewise overcome the barrier, being currently considered a sacred being.
I can't believe my brother is alive. I don't want him to die. I'll join the battle too.
Mikoshin, while leaving the barrier that Gogeta had placed, would fall to the ground by the pressure of the blows, able to end the life of the warriors inside the barrier. I know how Mikoshin-sama must feel, but we can't do anything. We must not have the power required to achieve it.
Damn, I thought I've trained for millions of years. I've been able to overcome my limits. I'm useless. I have to become more powerful. I don't want my brother to die.
But it would be interrupted because that abomination would fall to the ground with power to destroy the entire planet of the Celestial Kingdom, which was said to be indestructible. On top of that, a celestial figure of Gogeta would be seen, as well as his armor and seals on his body shone greatly.
I gotta confess, you're powerful. I never thought to have to unite my powers with the fusion of Zeno-sama's guardian and my Grandmaster Daishinkan, but this is your end.
That warrior would stand, spitting out blood. His smile would appear, and without saying a word would increase his power again. Everything around him would change completely. Just as multiple dimensions created by the excess energy were releasing, the Angelic Kingdom was not prepared to withstand the battle of three holy warriors.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.